Action.
There is coffee on the table, sunlight on the ground. The
I'm
world
not
is
gonna watch
making
it.
noise, but we are
Action.
so in.
Good morning, all. Hope everyone's having a great day. So I said I was going to make a video based on the next steps of the decision to try to invest in something that will bring passive income. Hey, like my cup. I got that at Disney World or Disney Springs. Anyway, try not to talk too loud. Janda's asleep. So I got the trusty microphone. But anyway, I did make that video immediately following the first one. And I got to looking at it like a raging maniac that's pissed off at the world. No one wants to see that. I don't want to see it. But I think it's more important. And by the way, I'm not pissed off at anyone but myself. And I put us in a bad situation, but I do believe we'll get out of it. I think it's important to learn from those things and figure out what I did wrong, what can I do better in the future. But one of the things that I feel like we talked about signs. There was another one, I'm not going to recap all the things that kind of went into our face and said, hey, this may not be a good idea. But one of the things that we did come up on was, the bank that had, showed us all the returns and, how we could invest in this and it would make so much money a year and all those things. That bank decided, I don't want to be part of this developer anymore. We want out. And so the bank that we had a relationship with turned all our paperwork in, got approved, sent us a message and said, sorry, we're out. So the developer had pissed off, I guess, not only the bank, but the people that we were introduced to early on, Lisa and George. They were going too. And we were still adamant, well, I was, because we had $32,000 invested. Everything that we had into our name. And at that age, what do? Do you just throw it away and just say, well, that's a mistake? I wasn't willing to do that. I said, you know what, we'll figure it out. We knew the first few months would be tough. But that was just another sign that we'll let this pass. Hopefully somebody will get the help that this ambulance is bringing. But that was just another sign of maybe we shouldn't be in this investment. Maybe this is not right for us. But we continued on. And we made it to closing date, which was at the end of August. I think the final date was like September 3rd or something. And we closed on it. And it was exciting. It was fun. We knew, hey, this is the end of tourist season. Probably not going to have a whole lot of renters, but we had enough savings. We could make it till spring of the next year. That's when we thought, man, it is going to boom. And so we signed on it in September, and the HOA fees and the notes started coming. No renters. This was all of September, all of October, and then November hit, and tragedy struck. Chanda's mom had a medical emergency and passed away, and that was very traumatic. It just, there's things that happened in our lives, and we don't know why. But I do tell you this, her and her mom were so close. They loved each other so much. Her mom being in the Philippines, but they talked every day, and it was devastating. And even worse, when she got the news, she was actually on a field trip with our youngest grandchild, and had and I was on the phone with one of her kids in the Philippines, and she was crying, and they were hysterical, and it's a very hard situation when you're that far away to figure out what to do. What do you do at this point? Again, we didn't have any money because we done spent it all on that investment. We were pretty much going through our savings, and we had just a little bit. Well, plane tickets to the Philippines are not cheap. My daughter, just you know, just the wonderful person she is, she actually brought us some cash to try to help, and that was unbelievable. And to be, and I know I've made so many mistakes financially, but to be at this age and not be able to do the things that I'm talking about, like fund a trip to the Philippines so my wife can bury her mom, it's embarrassing because I've worked really hard and I've tried to do the right things, and it just never worked out. Now, if I go back and look and you put it in front of an expert, they could probably point out everything I did wrong. Well, I know what I did wrong. I had good intentions, but I just did it wrong. But we ended up, which every financial person in the world will tell you don't do that. We drew against her 401k to get her home and to bury her mom. And to bury her mom was tough. I couldn't go because we didn't have enough money for both of us to go. I wanted to be there for her because she was not only this is what a lot of people don't see. She is basically the monarch of her family. She takes care of everyone. Everyone looks for her to have every answer. She is the financial support for the entire family. No one works. No one pays a bill. They just look for her. Whatever mistakes they make, she pays for them. They don't see all the sacrifices she makes, and that she sure don't. They don't see what I see. That's why I stay pissed off at them all the time. But that's my failure because I don't understand the situation over there. I don't understand the poverty level, but I do understand that she went to work last night having the flu, and because she said I need the money to pay bills, and I know what she's talking about, pay bills over there and buy food, and I don't think they see what I'm seeing. But anyway, we did draw off of that 401k. We didn't have any other choice. We didn't know what else to do. And so that was just one more thing that happened. And, I'm here. She's gone for probably 5, 6 weeks. And I think it had happened mid-November, and she came back at the end of December. And she went back to work. She went back to work knowing that she had responsibilities. And understanding that just because her mom wasn't there, that doesn't mean that the other people still don't need to eat and need power and other things. So she's such a remarkable person. And that's probably what's kept us going because she's got such a great attitude that even when I get down about the situation, she'll lift me up. And that's why when she's down, I feel that I need to lift her up. And then we're a team. We're not getting mad at each other about any of this. We were in this together. I just feel like I should have known better or really did more investigations, which I did not. So that's how we got to where we're at the first of 2026. That we're starting 2026 in a couple of months. I put it on a spreadsheet. I love spreadsheets. But I put it on a spreadsheet, and I told her, hey, by the end of March, we're going to go red. We're not going to be able to afford even to eat. I said, we won't have the money. And of course, in her blissful way, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And we ended up getting a renter at the end of February, which was about 30 days. And we thought, wow, maybe this is it. For one lot, we got a renter. But because it was long term, it wasn't the full rental, payment. So it paid about a half of what we owe every month on those lots. But we still help. I mean, it got us through the spring. And we're thinking, okay, hey, summer's right around the corner. You have fishing rodeos are going to happen. We're right next to a marina and a restaurant. People are going to come. And they didn't. And so about mid-June is when things started really turning sideways on us, where your bank account goes to zero or negative, and you can't buy food, or you can't pay a bill on time. You have to wait till you get paid. When I was growing up, we called it floating notes, meaning I float it to the next time I get paid. It's due on this date, but I'm gonna float it till I get paid, and then I'll pay it. That's where we're at today. Now, in that I'm looking for a second job. That's just so embarrassing. I have a great job, by the way, and I have no complaints about the salary that I make. None, zero. But with all of that, she has a family to support in the Philippines. We have those lots, and all of this takes a toll financially, and it's tough. But you got to do what you got to do. I don't mind. I'm not too prideful to sit here and think I'm not going to do that. No, I'm going to go do it. I'm going to try to get a second job and at least pay something towards these bills. Now we've had it up for sale. We started at a price that the realtor asked us to start at. We started at that. We've lowered it twice, and I think we're at the lowest we can go now. Just not a lot of people buying a luxury item like a resort lot, RV resort lot. But we're still hopeful. We're still hopeful that we can get through this and figure out what to do. So, God puts you in different situations to see how you're going to do. And, the old saying, He's not going to give you too much you can't handle. It may feel that way, but it's really not. You'll be fine, and we'll be fine. Do I want to fast forward to the point of relief? Yes, I do. I want to fast forward today and say, hey, I want this pain and this stress to go away. But it doesn't work like that. And we are going to survive this, and we're going to get through it. And we'll be blessed, and we'll understand that the blessings that we have today are still as real in amongst all of this pain and stress that we're going through today. It's still real. We just sometimes forget about the blessings when we're going through the pain. And with that, I think I'll end this video. There's so much that we can be thankful for. I have a beautiful family. My relationship with God is stronger than ever. My relationship with my wife is strong, and stronger than I could ever imagine. And it all is a positive. Finances come and go. That's one thing I've learned in life. It all comes and goes. So with that, guys, if you enjoyed it, please hit that like and subscribe. Now that I've told this story, I'm probably going to get back to some of the premise of what this channel was created for, and that's U.S. Life Filipino Talk. And I probably won't revisit this until it's over. When we finally accomplish and get out of this financial stress, I'll come back and make a video. Maybe I'll make some short ones and won't post them until the end, because I don't think it's something that people really want to hear a lot about. Is, oh, so what? So what if you're having financial problems? Everybody does. You're right. It's just how you deal with them, and what kind of attitude you have when you're going through it. Now, the video I made before that I'm not posting That's the person I don't want to be. I don't want to be ranting. So no, I don't want to be that raging maniac screaming at the internet, because it doesn't do any good. We're going to get through it. It's just we got to be patient and do the things that's in our control. I can't be mad if the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. I can't do anything about it. But what I can do is something about the things in between where it rises and sets, and that's my goal. With that, guys, I'm going to end this video. I'll get back to some of our original content, trying to be a little lighthearted, some things that are meaningful, that is on our journey towards retirement one day, and having a Filipino wife and the cultural differences that interest me. And I've already kind of said some of those things, but I'm going to get better at understanding the plight, because it's a tough situation over there. But anyway, with that, guys, if you could help me out, if you could hit that like and subscribe button. I'm not paying anything to promote these videos, and I know some people do that, but you already know I can't do that. I got other bills to pay, and YouTube to me is fun. It's an outlet for me to tell a story, and that's what I'm trying to do. So if you enjoy it, if you get anything out of it, or if you're just interested to see what else I can screw up, please hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Right here is enough. This morning is enough. Your laugh, this cup, this little bit of love. Right here is enough. No need to chase too much. Sometimes the whole wide world is sitting next to us.